never schedule your boners. You should let them happen naturally.
Normally?
That's going to promote flow. And also, you're going to want to start taking some zinc. Because again, it's going to increase not only the amount of sperm, but like the actual quantity of the liquid during the ejaculate.
This is actually going to be cut. I can't stress this enough.
If you want,
This is purely for our benefit right now.
if you want porn industry standards amounts of jizz, you need to be taking zinc. But don't take too much, because if you take too much zinc, you give yourself a tummy ache.
Do not want that.
So, South Bend boys. We're
Ooh, there's a certain space I don't know if I'm willing to play in, and that one scares me.
That's Villagers,
I'll
baby.
join you. I'll join you in the dark abyss. I don't care. I'll jump.
So, South Bend boys, you are here in the park as Isabel's big rally, big event, Hands Across South Bend, has come to an abrupt halt.
Fuck yeah! What?
Who?
Well, Franklin, the turkey, who's on the town council.
The one that wasn't looking too good?
Right, he wasn't looking too good.
The one
What
that was
is he saying?
foreshadowed?
I can't understand him.
He's saying that Franklin has passed away tragically.
No, Franklin,
Yeah. Wait a second.
the Thanksgiving turkey?
What? I was thankful for him. What's Thanksgiving? Is
Well, he
Thanksgiving?
was in charge of the Thanksgiving
yeah.
festivities.
Yeah, he's in charge of Thanksgiving.
yeah.
He gives out all the presents on Thanksgiving.
Oh man, he really gave so much of himself every year for
On
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Every single year.
I was so thankful for Franklin. Who's gonna...
Oh no. Who's gonna...
We should go see about Franklin.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's all run to the scene of the untimely demise.
Copper, did you hear?
Oh, he's already sprinting.
Okay,
Clank,
I
clank,
don't
clank.
care. If Copper's already on the way, like, is everyone just, like, rushing?
Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's
okay.
like, what? He's dead? How? What happened?
Chad's running to the mic. Chad's running to the mic if that's happening.
Great. You're running to the mic. Isabel just looks like totally confused.
Yeah, no.
She had like the pear ready to put in the ground in a state of, what?
Hey, everybody! We need everybody to calm down. That's here with us today. We're gonna go check on it. We're gonna make sure everything's okay. But we need everybody to remain calm.
Roll 2 fashion.
Okay, one's a success and one's a failure, but I'm going to lose a luck point to turn that into a 5.
Okay, so 2 successes.
2 successes.
You are able to, after a good amount of convincing, I think that there's a few of the villagers are like really like going wild out there and being like, we gotta see what's going on. Was this
just fucking violently. It's the end of the world. Franklin's dead. There's no more Thanksgiving.
Wow.
There's no more Thanksgiving.
I think
I've got some energy.
as people calm down, Pat is going to go and unobtrusively like take the axes out of their hands. Like as though this is just like the matter of course that we were gonna do.
Except
Yes.
for Mint, right?
Except for Mint, of course.
for sure.
Well, Mint brought their own axe.
brought
Mint
their own,
brought
for
their
sure. I know.
own monogrammed,
That's why I said
mahogany
not
handled,
Mint, though. Right?
sort of iron. You know, you get that nice sort of watermark on the steel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Damascus
Baltimore
steel?
Damascus steel.
It's not a watermark. It's
Yeah,
the type
okay,
of
all right.
steel.
Stunt on me more.
I'll fucking put you on blast, motherfucker.
You are able to, with his success, you remove the sharp objects from the crowd. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to take that cue off Pat. My goal was just to make sure that people didn't start, like, running towards where his body was.
Right.
With axes. I think Chad, as part of that, will pitch it over to Isabel so
Yeah.
she can still do what she needs to do.
Precisely.
Or she can make the choice.
Great.
Right? But I don't want to make choices for her campaign.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right? I think Chad feels very strong. I get us mixed up all the time.
Me too.
And I
It's
think
almost
'cause
like we're the
one
same
one
entity.
entity. I think
It's just Chad and Pat.
that's a really big thing for Chad.
Yeah.
Right? I know he is not always the most cognizant of animals, right? But,
Right.
like, I think it's her campaign, and he wouldn't want to force his way on it.
Yeah, we're also in the public eye, so like,
that's he's not thinking about.
Well,
that's
we're-
Pat, I think.
we're completely throwing it over to Isabel and like sort of shutting things down. It seems like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so here's what we'll say then, that with your preliminary calming of the crowd and as Pat is going around and collecting the shovels and axes, Isabel comes up to the mic and she says, all right, everyone, listen, we just need to not panic. We don't know exactly what has happened, but the last thing that Copper and Booker need is a mob going over there to try to take a look at things and get in the way. Let's everybody just disperse, go home, go take a load off. You've been working hard all day. You know, I'm sure we'll have a town meeting and everybody will know what's going on eventually. Be in the paper, check your Instapause or whatever.
Definitely check Instapause.
We all need to disperse, we need to go home, and we need to not make this any harder than it already is.
Taking the mic. Also, opioids, please leave them on the table. Thank you.
Yes, please, any trash bags full of the opioids from the trees that we cut down, make sure to leave them on the table so that they can be disposed of properly. We don't want any of these, getting out there unsupervised where we all know that that's not what we're here to do today.
Yeah, we all know that, he says, not into the mic.
Yeah, we all know that. We all know that.
And with your role, Chad, throughout the course of all of that, the crowd does begin to disperse, leaving very few people, but just the three of you now.
It's the game, he says only to Chad. This cannot be a coincidence. Are you all right? How did it go?
Oh,
on your end.
It was fine on my end until the end.
Yeah.
The event went fine. I thought it went great. I don't know how much of it anybody's gonna remember. Considering what's happened. So
Don't even stress about that. I'm on that.
Oh, okay.
I
Social
got
media
so
team.
many pictures. I got so much B-roll. Whether or not they remember it happened today, I got a lot of pictures of smiling faces and happy people working together to make a better community.
Let's get you actually planting the pear in like a somber sort of moment of silence. Let's videotape the moment of silence. There's nobody around, so I feel like comfortable like being this blunt about it.
Pat, do we want to figure out what's going on with Franklin first and then maybe decide whether or not we want to, maybe the pear can be in honor of Franklin?
What a good idea.
Tree?
Good idea.
This pear tree can be in honor of Franklin.
Because I feel like if we do it now, it's going to look like, well, we still did it
opportunistic.
while he was hurting. I need to...
You're right.
Sorry, guys. It's just kind of coming through my brain.
No, I know
that
there's a lot of things
this person
happening.
is dead.
No, it's a dead human
that's
or
if,
person.
That's if Booker was right.
Why would he not be right?
Well, let's see if there's some support that we can lend. Not mobbing them.
I don't feel like Booker's very good at his job.
Well, that's fair. Okay, yeah, okay. Just go take a look, and let's take it easy and make sure to keep our distance.
Isabel, do you mind if I hold on to the pear?
Yeah, sure. Take the pear. That's fine.
As we walk, let's breathe.
Okay.
We're switching gears. I actually feel somewhat comforted by having you two around me.
Oh, well, good. I'd be freaking out a lot more if it weren't for you guys right now. That's for sure.
No, let's assess the situation. But like, if we're still freaked out tonight, sleep over at my house. Whenever, right? I just want us to all be safe.
Agreed.
Okay, yeah, let's go. And you all make your way over toward where the alleged scene of the death is.
Chad wants to become the Thanksgiving turkey.
Clearly. Move, counter move.
That not even that. It was. I literally had the moment in real time when I was like, "But who's gonna be in?" Never mind. Don't even worry about it. We'll figure it out.
You're right. Who is going to be the council member that replaces Franklin?
No, I wasn't. That's not what I was. Nope. But we should ask that too. Anyway, on our way. Pat.
You all make your way over toward near the train station, where you can see that Copper and Booker have crime scene taped off the scene of whatever happened here. From a distance, you can see a bloody mess, as I think you can very quickly surmise that Franklin was hit by the train.
Holy fucking shit. Whoa.
Is the train still in station?
Yes.
Or did it just keep going? And Franklin's riding the 8 line all the way down to like Toronto.
So I'll clarify. It's not at the train station.
Uh-huh.
You can tell where it's taped off and everything.
Right.
This is not like, it would have maybe been in the process of starting to slow down to come to the station. It's before the
train
station.
is probably now in the station.
The train is now in the station.
And the crime scene is taped out from the location of the hit
just around
to the train station.
Bits and bobs here and there.
Content warning on this one. My God. I thought I died of coronavirus or any of the other threats.
I'm going to start gathering turkey feathers for crafting. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm literally kidding. I'm so kidding. I gotta craft the Thanksgiving Day set.
Fuck.
Thanksgiving furniture.
The Thanksgiving furniture.
I think Chad. I don't know about the rest of this gang, but I think Chad stands there stunned as this is a first real image of death.
Yeah, there is. I am not going near this. Like, there is not. There is not an investigation. There's nothing. There's nothing. Like not even close.
I think Isabel, at the sight of all of it, faints.
Do you think it was because he was sick?
And we go to the house. Yeah.
Where does Isabel live?
Great question.
Apartment.
She lives up in the magical space where the NPCs live.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a civil servant. She doesn't.
I just wanted to double check that was like a thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
I don't think you guys have really been to her house.
Her doghouse.
You go to your house, and I think that over the course of the evening, eventually, as she comes to, you all are spending time there.
I'm gonna put her on a leather sofa, but I'm gonna put her legs up on the rest, and I'm gonna get a pillow under her head and blankets because she might be in shock.
Nice.
Yeah, we're taking care of our fainted comrade.
Yeah, so she slowly comes to, but while she is out, is there anything that you guys want to...
Probably a lot.
Checking the news feeds. I mean, like seeing if there's any information.
Yeah, I'll be on Instapause.
As you all are scrolling through your various Instapause and Pastagram and what have you.
I'm not scrolling through Pastagram right now. It's not a great source for news.
That's where I get my news.
At your scheduled time.
Got a hard out at 3 o'clock.
A hard out at 3 o'clock. No, but as you're scrolling through, you see like the town broadcast deal.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of whenever you log into New Horizons. Similar kind of deal, but you see Nook in Nookatomi Tower.
Controls the news?
Oh, of course he does. He's Jeff Bezos.
I hate it.
It is very unfortunate to hear about the passing of our dear Franklin, the Thanksgiving turkey and beloved council member. We will miss him on the town council, and we appreciate his contributions over the years. Rest assured that Copper and Booker will be looking more into this death, as we do suspect foul play.
Boo. Boo. Chad audibly boos in his house and looks at where cameras should be.
Foul play.
He made a pun about his death.
Rest assured, we will do all that we can to discover the circumstances behind the tragic death of our beloved Franklin and to honor his memory. We will be holding a town meeting tomorrow to discuss what our path is forward to fill his seat on the town council and how we will proceed together as a community. That is all. Nook out.
He doesn't even know how to sign off.
He doesn't even know how to sign off.
You don't even know how to sign off.
He would benefit from somebody like you and his cadre, but I don't think he has. What do you think, Chad?
I have a couple thoughts, Pat.
I have a couple thoughts, Chad. It's very convenient.
The broadcast comes back on. Also, Franklin had tested positive for the coronavirus, but it was in fact the train that killed him. Again, Nook out.
Right.
I feel like his whole handling of this situation is something very guilty.
Something is very, wrong in the state of Denmark.
In the state of South Bend.
Yeah.
There's more than one thing wrong in the state of South Bend.
There is more than one stank up in this. The stank is pervasive. Chad.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay.
If I was to kill somebody in order to secure a seat of political power, I would find a way other than a train. It just seems messy.
It might have been another way, and then we talked about trains a bunch, and so it became train.
You're thinking that there's maybe some sort of imagistic illusion that was chosen over...
Yeah.
Right, a practical matter.
Man, that would be some wild shit, huh?
Did you...
I'm sorry?
I think I have a squeaky door.
Yeah, I didn't hear shit.
Did someone come in?
I will never acknowledge God.
Well, you'll see.
So, Pat, here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Obviously not a coincidence. You said it.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely not.
You said this is the game?
I think so.
Okay.
But if it is, then it's a shockingly clumsy move.
Or that's what we're supposed to think.
Right.
Which is more concerning, right?
In which case, it's a shockingly brilliant move.
Right. But that's kind of, we're into semantics now. Whoa.
Whoa. That was a big word for you. Pat would not say that. You all right, buddy?
I think I was about to throw up for a second. It's fine. Keep it in. I think I saw death for the first time today, and that was very shocking.
It truly was.
Here's my thought. Nook just then
Yes.
seemed less interested in the fact that he was dead and more interested about who was going to fill his spot on the city council.
Yes.
Right? What did Franklin do? What was his place on the city council?
Well, if I recall, Isabel mentioned something about working with the city council for the specific purposes of our rally. But all I remember about Franklin was that he was ill.
Are they just like a voting group or do they
you're
have
asking
specific roles?
The actual function.
Yeah.
So, am I right in thinking that it is a legislative body? If
Yeah.
the mayor is the executive body, then the council
Right.
is the
Correct.
legislative body?
Correct.
Would they be more akin to justices or judges?
I didn't know if they had like different circles of influence.
Are
right?
they
like,
judicial?
So it's like, oh, Franklin's more about like the gardening aspect of the
Right.
town,
What-
or if it's just like this is the body that votes.
What committee is he a chairman of? Do you know?
Well, he's the chair. He was the chair of the Thanksgiving committee.
Right.
But no, I think it is more of a legislative thing, as going to them for ordinances and permits for events and
not
type
necessarily
things.
as
But it's
interesting.
less judicial in
Yeah.
the fact of like what is if somebody's got to go to court.
I see.
Walker was not tried before the town council.
Oh, no.
Walker wasn't tried at all.
No, he went to the Politburo over in Moscow.
He went to the fucking gulag.
Chad, holy shit. We just saw a dead person.
No, yeah, but I feel like if we focus on that, then I'll start thinking about death, and I don't want to.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, what if we focus instead? Oh my God, I'm just looking at your dice, and it's very concerning to me.
Why? Because I've arranged them in an awful pattern?
Yes.
Because I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dice, perfectly white, block format.
In block format, but they're arranged by ones and twos. 2 groups of ones and twos, 2 groups of 3s and 4s, and 2 groups of 5s and 6s. Or no, a 4 and a 5 and a 5 and a 6. It's very unsettling. Anywho, no,
I live this Pat lifestyle.
what I'm trying to think is if this is the move
If this is a move.
by someone other than us,
Right.
because we don't technically know. Franklin was old and sick. He might have just fallen in front of a train.
Sure.
I doubt that. I think you doubt that too.
I do.
What are we wanting to do? What's our next step, right? And I think who do we want to maybe try
Replace.
and replace? And I had a thought about it.
I do as well.
What's your thought?
Bruce.
That was my thought too, Pat.
Let's see what Bruce is doing tonight.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to Bruce with the whole Tortimer thing.
Let's see if he's home. He's got that nice patio. Maybe we can social
That or we
distance.
could put Becky there, but I think that could bite us.
I think so as well. I think we've brought that Rube to heel. But let's wait.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I think she is a trusted ally in the making.
She's my thrifting buddy.
Yes, I didn't say that out loud. Shit.
Listen.
Thing is, I don't even know if Pat thinks that.
But also Chad trusts Pat in a way that it would have been like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it would just be like, oh, you're just calling the kettle black. It's fine. What's a Rube? Yeah, a Rubik's cube.
yeah, like a rad dude.
Yeah, all those bees and rad dude.
A rabood. The other thing is it doesn't look like like it looks like Tom is very much talking about like let's talk about succession.
Yes.
But it's very ham-fisted in the like let's
Do it tomorrow.
not remember.
You think there's an opportunity?
I think there's an opportunity to do
To
what we talked
stretch
about
it
in the
out.
moment and say like
We're reeling
let's honor
Yeah.
Franklin's memory
by
with
not filling the seat yet.
maybe that.
Maybe the next mayor
Let's
should
talk
be the
about
one to
what we
fill
did
the
with the
seat.
trees, right? Because I feel like Isabel was right. People aren't going to remember it. But what if we tie it to Franklin? That way, like, our last memory of Franklin is something nice and happy.
Yeah.
And also we can talk about what we did yesterday that was good.
What did Nook say about a memorial or some sort of...
Oh, he gave no specifics.
None.
Let's get on Instapause right now.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Candlelit vigil.
Tonight.
Whatever you have.
And maybe we can grab... Do we want to ask Isabel?
Let's see if she's doing all right.
Okay.
If you go to,
She wakes up just then.
you just gently,
Never. She's like,
place a
"Fuck yeah."
paw on her. She's like, kind of, just to see if she's awake, and she kind of gradually comes to.
Oh, are you all right?
Oh,
Hey, we're in
I feel sick.
in my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I recognize it.
You also have a blanket. We were treating shock.
This is very comfy. Thank you. What Is there anything? What? First of all, how long's it been, and what's going on? Oh my God, I have a headache.
Only like an hour has passed.
We fill her in about like what Nook said, and a
Nook.
very quick explanation. There was a sort of summary of the events, and there is apparently an ongoing investigation into foul play, which seems to me to be
a pun,
a rather tasteless pun.
I'm pretty sure he made a pun about a dead friend, in quotations.
But are you sure he didn't mean it with a U?
I'm pretty sure it was a pun.
Well, I think that
the way he said it and smiled afterwards.
Does Isabel not understand the concept of a phonetic pun? She only sees things in terms of and then the letter. There's puns in Animal Crossing. No, I think he spelled it correctly, Chad. What?
It was
foul
kind of
like it was bad.
But it was kind of like I caught a sea bass. Sea bass? Right? Like it was kind of like that.
Shit!
But about Franklin
You didn't know about
dead.
the sea bass? Every time you catch a fish and you think to yourself, I caught a sea bass. Yeah, I think that too.
Holy shit, guys.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I have
there
raging migraine right now.
Oh,
do I have Animal Theme Advil? Go.
Animalville.
Ardfar kill. Advil. Do I have Advil? Do I have ibuprofen?
Yes.
I do.
Tadpole.
No. That's
Tadpole.
worse. I just want to get her some ibuprofen and maybe like some crackers to snack on.
Sure.
You know, that way she doesn't take ibuprofen on an empty tummy. So that's bad for you.
It's true.
Dr. Chad is here to tell you all about zinc and
not the fake
reasons
doctor.
to take it.
Not that fake
charlatan.
Check out the thing that we did for the library. It'll be out by now.
Do that. Yeah, I just want to inform her about our idea about the candlelight vigil and maybe like the planting of the pear and then maybe honoring Franklin by what we did.
But if you're not feeling up to it tonight, you have that migraine.
Guys, I honestly don't know that I am up to it. I'm still kind of just reeling right now from.
I think that's okay. Would you be okay with us kind of heading that?
If you guys want to do that and say that it's for the campaign and that I am just out of commission or like that you're on our behalf, like speaking for us or anything, I can't do it. So if you want to do whatever, you do whatever.
That's totally understandable. I just didn't want to make decisions without your input.
No, well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think a participate at home, light a candle, join the chat.
Maybe we could do like a large sort of chat thing,
Zoom
and then
room.
everybody could talk about like their favorite memories of Franklin.
Let's do that.
And I'm going to post in my Instapause about a Zoom meeting that we'll be having.
Candlelit Vigil.
A candlelit Zoom meeting tonight. Candlelit because the threat of coronavirus, he had corona, he tested positive, so we need to be careful, right? But also, it's a way for us all to come together and remember the good times we had at Thanksgiving with Franklin and all the work he did on the city council and the times that we got to spend with him. And it'll just be a bit of time that we've allocated tonight to remembering Franklin.
And from his Zoom cave, I think Pat will be like moderating / assisting or whatever it is, production values.
Yes, yeah.
So the only camera
moderating the Twitch chat.
The only camera is on Chad.
Yes,
or rather, Chad's candle.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys do that, and as you're setting all of that up, Isabel is just still in a state of shock of like I mean, Franklin was a friend of mine. I did really consider him like more than just like a colleague or somebody who just worked in town. I really considered him a friend, and he was, well, somebody who was so huge for the community. I can't believe it.
It's an incalculable loss.
I mean, he was really the one who was, on board for our event today.
Oh,
that's
like he's always been, in my corner.
An incalculable loss.
Oh, geez.
Do you know if he had any enemies?
No, he's the Thanksgiving turkey. Everybody loved him.
Well, Nook said foul play investigation. I don't know in what sense or...
Hey, Isabel.
Yeah.
Did you hang out with Franklin a bunch?
I mean, not a ton.
Well, I mean, like recently.
Recently, no.
Okay.
Not really at all recently, no.
Like last time you saw him.
Well,
close and personal.
Last time I saw him was when I went to the town council to present, our pitch for Hands Across South Bend. And everybody was there and masked and everything and, distance. I'm going to get retested. But
okay. Yeah, no, that's my concern.
Good
I'm
idea.
talking about a headache and I'm getting a little bit worried.
No, I think it's just because of the gruesome dead body that I saw.
I agree. I'm not saying that
Better
those
safe
feelings
than sorry.
are invalid.
Yes.
It's just somewhat ominous, and now I have seen death for the first time, and I am aware that it can happen.
Oh, yes. At any point.
Yeah.
Hanging over our heads.
My eye twitches.
It is that perspective that allows us to act as thinking people should.
Hey, also, Isabel, Pat
Yeah.
and I talked about if this is something that is what was done on purpose, and it was not any of us that caused it, I can only believe by the timing at which it happened that it was potentially something against us or targeting us.
Oh my God.
You mean,
Yes.
why?
I don't
Because
know.
of his position on the council?
It could be that.
Whoa.
It could be
Just because he's good friends with and has facilitated Isabel's campaign? You really think somebody could be so... No. Do you?
I kind of do.
Oh my God.
Isabel,
No.
you kind of said it best when you said everyone's gonna forget about this thing that we did.
Right, but that's just because it was a freak accident that happened at the same time. And,
Yes,
like
obviously.
obviously, you know, him
Yeah.
dying was more important.
It feels like it was done on purpose.
Foul play. But by whom? Chad, let's entertain for a second this crazy thing that you've brought up, which is the idea that this murder, if it is murder, was done for a political purpose. Let's say for a moment that
watching you work, Joe.
let's say for a moment that tomorrow there will be an appointee of some council member that will actively impede specifically our political campaign, for whose benefit I can't imagine. But what do we propose to do about that, and how could we even go about thinking about how to prove that and get justice for Franklin's memory?
I had thought maybe we could talk to go ahead and I'm not even 100% sure how town council stuff works. I mean, but I think someone that we know that we can maybe trust, and someone who isn't necessarily gonna be purchased through money, because I don't think it's Becky. I think maybe the person with all the cameras that acts really shady and made a pun about someone that they know dying might be the person. I look around for the cameras in my house.
They're there.
that they're there. They're just visible cameras.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, cool. Then that's fine. Andrew just needed to know to what extent Chad was like, what the fuck? I'm saying I think that other person might be very responsible for the thing that we're talking about right now.
Chad, I think we've been through a traumatic stress today.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
And it's perfectly reasonable to go looking for explanations that might fit the series of events and evidence that we have. But I think that we're in a place where we are liable to make rash decisions. Let's make tonight about Franklin, and then we can
I
possibly
agree.
see if we can help at all in this
That's
investigation.
why I brought it up first.
Certainly.
I just thought, Isabel, maybe we could talk to Bruce. So I feel like Bruce would be a really good person to put on the city council.
Interesting.
He seems very, trustworthy and honest, and I feel like when they announced the campaigns, I feel like he was really unhappy that Tortimer was running. I don't know that he would even want the job, but I feel like maybe he might want the job if it meant that Tortimer wouldn't have to be mayor or something to that effect.
Well, now that's really interesting, and forgive me for as I'm trying to piece this together, because I'm coming down from the migraine. But
No, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay, so guys, if I remember correctly, how the town laws and everything work, obviously we don't do this a lot,
Right.
because people don't usually die.
Yeah. I know there's going to be some precedent.
Well, not people of note, at least. Only people in precarious positions at the animal shelter.
Well, right. Yes, at the
I'm
homeless
surprised
shelter.
that Franklin didn't go there or go to the asylum.
Why? What do you mean? Franklin? He
Yeah.
wasn't sick. He was murdered, possibly.
But wouldn't it have made more sense if somebody was gonna murder him to not be like, hey, here's this big presentation of it with a train?
Well, that's what I was saying, so I don't even know if I buy this whole Franklin was murdered to stop our political campaign train. Poor choice of words. All I'm saying is, if I were to plot the murder of somebody to politically stymie a movement that was in opposition to me, I wouldn't do it in broad daylight at a train station.
Well, near the train station, but that's beside the point.
Unless I was so sure that nobody would ever call me on it, that it became
That I could
the
just
perfect
do
move.
it. Like,
Okay, but
Sorry.
But let me get back on my. Okay, so if I remember correctly,
do you want some chicken noodle soup?
yes. What?
Do you want some noodle soup?
Yes.
I had to think about it. Sorry. I go into my very close kitchen and start working on some noodle soup.
Great, you do. Your
Right.
trendy kitchen set.
My house is fucking lit,
Yeah, dude.
and it's only gonna get litter.
Open space.
Season by season, I'm just gonna be like, it's even better.
Unless we get murked.
It's basically looking like
Unless.
one of those LA lofts that are in TV shows that are like unreal,
Yeah, right.
not true, not real things.
So you're making this noodle soup. But so she says, if I remember correctly, and it's been a while because we don't normally have to do this, and much less we don't usually do this in the middle of an election,
Or the day after the death of a previous occupant.
right?
Seems like it's really fast.
It seems really fast. Well, so how it works, if somebody's going to get on the council, is they've got to be, either in a town meeting or appointed by a mayor. Either one of those. It's either by mayoral appointment, or if during a town meeting, if someone nominates someone to be on the council, and then there's a vote at the town meeting.
Right.
But I don't know that anybody's going to really be in a space to vote for somebody to be on the town council tomorrow?
It's truly, it's gruesome, isn't it?
It seems so fast.
But then this entire election has seemed very accelerated artificially.
Yeah.
Okay then, Chad, this totally insane idea that you have that Tom Nook murdered somebody to stop our political campaign. Hard hitting those words.
Oh, yes.
Like I'm so highlighting those words.
Chad thinks you are like
Shooting him down?
shooting him down. Oh, no. It's okay. We'll come across it in a little bit.
We'll
but,
come
like,
back to it.
This is like one of the first times that Chad's like,
I don't think it's crazy.
You don't
we
think it's
talked
crazy,
about it.
Isabel? You don't think it's crazy?
wow,
that
Isabel,
was-
you don't think it's crazy?
No, that was...
Don't you take my voice.
Even,
Get back to your shit!
let's say, just for the sake of argument, that crazy idea isn't the case. Even then, this seems to be extremely opportunistic, extremely tasteless. I think there's going to be a lot of revulsion against this sort of idea, a lot of pushback, hopefully.
I would think. Personally, I think you should wait until after we got a new mayor.
I agree.
Okay. I'm gonna need some more Advil, I think.
How many did you
Toadville? Toadville?
Toadville, Tadpole,
Tadville.
I think it's just Advil, and maybe we can look up
Aardvarkville.
who made Advil,
Okay.
and we'll make them an animal.
Jonathan Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen, the famous Machamp.
What were you saying? Yeah, we're in KO mode.
I'm gonna turn the lights down. I got a dimmer switch.
Oh, you for sure got a dimmer switch.
I'm just gonna turn the lights down because that's gonna be huge, and make sure there's not bright sources of light in the
Yeah,
house.
so you turn off the TV, you dim the lights. She says, okay, look, sorry, just all I'm trying to say with all of that is that if you were going to, have Bruce or whatever on the
Step
council, then he'd have to be nominated.
By?
Somebody.
On the council?
Not on the council, just at the meeting.
Okay.
But I just don't. I don't know where he's at with us or you guys or whatever. Since we are running against his partner in this election. Thank you. The lights are dim now in real life.
It has affected my mood. Well, don't you worry about that, Isabel. You take the night off. Take whatever time you're mourning a dear friend and a senseless tragedy.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm gonna finish this noodle soup.
do you want to stay in the guest room?
Noodle soup.
Yes.
This noodle soup.
Yeah, there's a blank space in there.
I can just sleep on the couch.
Well, if you got a guest room, there's no need for me to sleep on the couch.
I said that I had a guest room, and then I was like, do you know what I mean? I don't know that I've actually plotted out Chad's house. So I'm kind of like, I feel like he would just give up his room.
Side note: do you know Joe Cash's Animal Crossing house? His northern room has the concrete and a drain in the center, and a bed And,
Of course it does.
Like,
Of course.
Like I think like manacles on the wall or something.
That sounds like
a dungeon.
Ash.
He
A
just made a
single
dungeon.
toilet. Yeah, he's made like a cell.
Oh my god. Big Frank energy.
Sorry, y'all. I know I did this for effect, but I got to bring the energy back.
It's a little. Yeah, I feel it. We're kind of slogging
I put
a little
read
bit.
light. I put read light on, and I was like, "Oh, it's sleepy time."
We're fine.
I think Chad offers her his bedroom, and he'll sleep on the couch.
Oh, so you don't have to do that. I'll sleep on the couch. It's fine.
You're running for mayor,
You need a good night's sleep.
and trust me, I've slept on plenty of couches in my time. Party days. Oh, am I right?
Yeah. All right.
I saw that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I think I don't have pajamas or anything.
Can we get them and bring them?
No, I'm not. That's fine. I'll just wear this and I'll just go. It's fine. But she like starts just trying to push
That's
herself
dirty
up off the
from
couch.
trees. Isabel, I'll be quiet after this. Feel free. Go in those drawers. If you find you some jammies that fit, wear them. It's fine.
Ooh. Which drawer? Because I don't want to like go through your stuff.
They're all closed.
Cool, great. I'll just reach
You
in the
find you
general
some that
wardrobe
fits.
and magically pull them out. It'll be okay.
It's like a bag of holding. You think it, and it's just there.
Nice. Okay. I'll do that then. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, get some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you in the morning. But thank
Okay.
you.
We're gonna start this vigil. Get some sleep.
What time is it?
Oh, about thereabouts. It's evening, sunsetty.
Okay, it's sunset.
It'll be
dark
fully
soon.
dark soon.
It's a November evening or an October evening.
Yes, it gets dark earlier now.
Insta blast. Insta blast. Well crafted, beautiful thing. Right? I'm gonna say it's just gonna be scrolling pictures on it of
A tasteful slideshow.
any of the selfies Chad has with Franklin over the years, over the 4 years that I've been here, all the Thanksgiving parties,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure Chad appropriating Native American culture with like Franklin being like, "Oh, my man Frankie."
Yeah, it's
right?
probably
Like,
pretty problematic.
You
at some
mean
point,
native
yeah.
Animal Crossing?
Well, again, we're in Animal Crossing, so the world is vastly different in some regards.
It's this weird sort of
like
bubble
some things
cell
are kind of
structure.
okay, and like now that you're like, oh, I don't know that it's actually bad in Animal Crossing because like, yeah,
I think that there's definitely some.
I
like,
imagine,
you
like,
kind of
tasteless
like wearing
Halloween.
his hat and apron and stuff.
yes, for
like,
sure. I mean, I'm
look
sure
at
there's
me, I'm Franklin
there's
now.
a Native American year. I'm sure that there's a Pilgrim year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's a year that like doesn't really fit where he's just trying his own thing.
Yeah. There's one that's just all corn.
I call it Halloween too. It's my corn facts year. My whole outfit's corn.
It's all maize.
Yeah, it's Maze Maze.
Yes, the maze was a big hit that year.
The Amaze Maze was amazing, sir.
Swish.
But yeah, I'm just gonna. It's gonna be pictures of that. Has Pat been here long enough to do a Thanksgiving?
Well, I think
I feel like Pat got here
right.
Around.
and the events kicked off.
Yeah, what might happen with Pat is like there's like a little pip pop if he's managing the stream where people can like email or text in, like put in a Google thing their own photos, and
This
that,
is
like,
just my Instapause post
Oh, I see. I
at
see.
this point. This is just to get people.
Gotcha. Well, he's
there.
setting up the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just gonna be a
something
really
tasteful.
thing about like, hey, I'm gonna host a Zoom meeting. If you want in, I'm gonna post on Instapause the password to it or whatever, so that everybody can come in.
Nice. Go ahead and roll 2 fashion.
2,
It's quick.
but both successes.
Nice. Despite the fact that everyone is still reeling from hearing about this gruesome death, they are still on their social media, and they are
yeah, you
still.
gotta
be.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do in your house?
Yeah,
when
you
you're
get a good
about
amount
your
of-
own death?
No.
No,
It's time
no.
to scroll until I fucking die.
Yeah, doom
it's time
scroll,
to scroll
baby.
until 40 years have passed and I don't know who or where I am.
until I stop feeling things.
The basilisk has fully engorged itself on my soul.
The basilisk is pleased.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that said, you get a pretty good amount of like RSVPs on your Face Nook event.
Nice.
I don't use Face Nook. What numbers we looking at?
I mean, I think that most of the people in the town, you get a good outcome. Certainly everybody who was there at Isabel's event today.
Any
They're a target audience.
Yeah.
any NPC higher ups. And what I mean by that is like the
Blatherses.
the Blathers, the
Bruces.
Tom Nook, like you know what I mean, like what are the names? Reese and Si. I don't know. But you know what I mean, like any of those, like I'm ecstatic that like most of the villagers want to be there.
Yeah.
It's just like I need to know like what faces of the community are there.
Reese and Cyrus have an incredibly high resolution webcam in their bedroom.
Hey, Reese. Oh, what's the swing in the back?
Oh, sorry. And she just angles the camera. I mean, it's still like you can kind of see it in the corner of the frame.
It's for my scapula.
What's that full body waifu pillow doing on your bed?
I have scoliosis.
Oh, what's that massive dildo in your mouth doing? I'm done.
I'm just keeping it warm.
I'm just keeping it warm. It's for cooking.
Oh, this is just a weirdly shaped funnel.
Hey,
For all
Reese,
my cooking.
question. Why does your room look so familiar? From Insta or Instagram. I feel like I've seen this bedroom before. I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, shit.
Your high definition thing really wrecked me for way too long.
Went down that rabbit hole.
Names. Big names. Big
Great.
wigs.
Big names. Definitely any of the people who you're associated with, like anybody who's part of the Grizzly brand is
Yeah, for
there. Anybody from the event today was pretty much all there.
Yeah.
You do have Reese and Cyrus on there.
They got a heart out though at 8.
Yeah. They got a hard on at 8. I don't know that Hamfrey's on there.
Oh, shit.
I don't care.
Blathers is on there.
Blathers is there. Okay, cool.
Might be an interesting voice to have on our side tomorrow if we need it.
Nook Inc. The Nook Inc. account, like the picture.
It liked what I am doing. It wants to be there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, comment down below if you want the pass, or you know what I mean. Like I wanted the list so I could like be like, hey, anybody that commented.
Yeah, the Nook Inc. account, like RSVP'd, yes.
But I have an idea.
What's that?
Are we gonna stream from my house?
Yeah, we'll just set up like a little image.
I go to my
of a
little
candle.
studio area.
Yeah. Your ring light's there.
It's lit.
3 pips. Chad leading it, the scroll of pictures from people that we're sourcing, and then just an image of a candle.
Nice.
I'm gonna put into the slideshow of pictures some of the pictures that I have of the events that were happening today.
Okay.
It's gonna just kind of be like a reminder of like some of the good that was done today. It's not gonna be like a lot, but it's just gonna be like a couple, like
An alibi.
happy villagers, you know what I mean? Like with like me in the background, or Pat in the background, Isabel in the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
The town. It's of
the town which he dedicated
the town.
his life, right?
Yes.
I'm hoping it will feel tasteful,
Right.
but it is also like these were things that like he supported Isabel's movement, so I want to show the pictures of that movement that he supported, right?
Yes.
The community he loved to serve.
I'm gonna put that in the slideshow, and then before we go on, Pat.
Yeah.
So Nook Inc. wants to be in the call.
Sure.
Well, I have a thought. I could private message passwords to everybody, and I could give them a password that doesn't work, so that they wouldn't be able to be there. Or we could just let them be there and see what happens.
I
don't know. I'm not very good at this sort of thing, Pat.
I'm not worried about them sitting in.
Okay, cool. Then I will comment down below on my thing. Just a password for everybody to join the Zoom call, and we can start the Zoom call.
So, as you get your Zoom candlelight vigil underway,
There's nothing more COVID about what we are doing currently than a Zoom candlelight vigil.
for a murdered man. For a man probably killed on purpose.
Killed for a pun.
go ahead and roll to fashion.
Kia. Both successes.
Both successes. Tell me how it goes. Tell me what you do.
The shot is gonna open with Chad just face down, little muzzle, just kind of sad and droopy, with a little candlestick just lit in front of him. He's gonna look up and just be like, "Hey, I just want to thank you all for joining me on this Zoom chat to remember Franklin." Do I have faces of people since it's Zoom?
So it's live streaming on the Zoom call. There's like there's the candle that's still going down there, and there is the ever growing slideshow as more the townsfolk send in their
pictures and stuff.
pictures
Yeah.
and stuff to
running.
Pat.
Yeah.
And all of that's happening.
Pat,
It's live
Pat's
streaming
able
to
to
your
screen
Instapot.
those
He's
before he
moderating.
puts them in. Yeah.
Yeah,
My man. I'm just double checking now.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. We're not about
We're
to
a
get
team, baby.
shafted in the middle of this.
Right.
But she'll be like, I felt really strongly like we kind of lost the message of what was important today when it came to Franklin. It felt like Franklin passed away and we just decided to just move on. And I feel like we really needed to spend time remembering Franklin and the good he did for the town. I don't know if many of you know this, but Franklin was one of the biggest proponents of what we did today, helping clear out the opioid trees. He really cared about the people of this town, and it's a huge shame and a huge loss that we won't be able to have him around with us anymore. I mean, I think back to all 4 of my Thanksgivings here, especially a fondness for my first. I was alone in a new town. I didn't feel like I was necessarily welcome, but here came this big jolly turkey that was just excited to share food and share community. And I think it's such a loss that he won't be able to do that this year. This year when we're so close to Thanksgiving. And it's going to be a lot more of that for a while.
Yeah. It's
gonna
just
be
very tasteful.
It's going to be a very tasteful handling of remembering someone fondly with the subtle hints of I don't feel like things were done in a right way.
I love that.
I don't know. Something just didn't feel right about the way his death was handled. Right? Like that's the undertone, and everything else should just be positive, remembering that he's there, and hopefully at some point it can turn into something that's more
collaborative.
fun. Well, I mean, I imagine Chad and Pat, like you sending Pat things people have sent and Chad reading it. You know what I mean? And be like, oh, well, Mint's favorite memory is that time they saw Franklin cutting down a tree.
Well, nice. Yeah.
Nice. So that's what we were, you know what I mean? It's going to be like a lot of that thing. And hopefully it can then slowly start to morph into let's laugh together. Let's talk about things together.
In addition to pictures, people can send videos with their own little stories. And that'll get put up.
Yeah. So
We're putting a lot of thought into this imaginary fucking Twitch Zooms fucking service for a murdered turkey in an Animal Crossing Jeffrey Epstein simulator, and I have to fucking talk about it because the energy is bringing my soul down into a deep dark pit, and I have to pull it out. Can we just say we did it and we did it cool and move on?
That's basically what I was doing. That was basically how I was ending it. I understand. I totally understand.
We're putting a lot of tasteful thought.
I was making myself sad talking about an imaginary turkey.
Fuck me, dude.
It's not there.
We just cast a spell on ourselves. We just cast a deep, dark fucking
Hey, what do
spell.
I roll to make people cry? What do I roll to make people feel?
Man, god damn it. Sorry.
You roll 3 fashion. I think you RP'd it good. Pat, as you are getting videos and different things in the chat and emailed to you, you do receive one image sent to you from the Nook Inc. account that is just like a very nice, very vanilla picture of Tom Nook and Franklin together.
Just standing.
Downtown, just standing, and just a very vanilla sort of, our condolences are with Franklin's family during this time.
This is what this animal thinks about friendship. Vanilla.
I complete with no addendum, no editing at all. I do the scan and I put it in with everybody else's.
You do. What'd you roll?
I rolled 1 animal fashion, which I spend to make one of them a success.
Nice.
And then another success. So
Sweet.
all 3 successes and one of them's an animal fashion.
The Zoom Vigil goes great, and we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Soothing. 100%.
Hello, friends. Jonah here, very close to the mic tonight, practically eating this pop filter, to say thank you for listening to this episode of Villagers 2 Election Boogaloo. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our fabulous partner, Dice Envy. This week, check out their Forbidden Snacks line. You cannot eat these dice. But don't they look like they taste amazing? Yours is a hunger for the most taboo of treats, and we will provide you with the most scrumtrulescent stone dice to ever exist. Cherry-stricted, illicitous, illegitimate, and taboo berry. These are gorgeous gemstone sets with a frosted finish reminiscent of sour-coated hard candy. These dice are not edible, but we think that actual candy dice would look a lot like this. These frosted glass cat-eye dice come in their own special wooden case for optimal class. If you are looking to add to your dice hoard, you can get 10% off of your purchase at Dice Envy by going to diceenvy.com/questco or by using promo code QuestCo at checkout. That's QUESTCO for 10% off of your entire order.
Okay, that's enough of me being really close to the mic. I can't do that the whole time. If you're a fan of the Quest Company, please do us a favor and go to our page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave us a rating and review. It is a huge help to us. We read every review that comes in, and getting more of those is a big boost to our visibility.
And if you leave a 5-star review, I'll tell Andrew to kiss you right on the face. That doesn't mean he'll do it, but I'll tell him to.
And if you really love what we do here at the Quest Company and you want to take that next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us with necessary expenses, help us continue to improve the quality of the show, and get access to exclusive content and patron rewards. We actually just recorded a little something for the library featuring Chad and Pat, and our patrons can get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how we take all of that awful content, and I will eventually turn it into something appropriate for the public library and, children. But if you'd like to give us that support, you could do so at patreon.com/questcompanypodcast. You can find the link to the Patreon on our website, questcompanypodcast.com. If you would like to contact us, you could do so directly through our website or by finding us on Instagram and Twitter at The Quest Company. You can also come hang out with us in our Discord. If you need links to any of those things, go check out our website. It's all there. We know that word of mouth is the best way to get people listening to a new podcast, and that is especially true for independent shows. Oh my goodness, just like ours! So please, if you are enjoying the show, let other people know. If everybody listening to this right now told one person about the podcast this week, we would have so many new people checking out the show.
Now, you've listened to this weird-ass podcast this long. You know who'd be down to clown.
With that said, we would love to see you posting about us using hashtag The Quest Company. And if you have fan art of the podcast that you want to share, just make sure when you post it to tag us so that we can see it. Tagging us really is the best way to make sure we see the stuff you're posting and to guide folks directly to us. I'd like to thank Joe Leitess for editing this episode, along with all the artists whose music is featured in it. Thank you to Asher Fulero for the song Recollections. Thank you to Chris Zabriskie for I Need to Start Writing Things Down. Thank you to Ergo Phizmiz for My Heart Will Go On. Thank you to Rage for the song American Vernacular. Thank you to Ramzoid for the song Meadows. Thank you to RoccoW for Try A Music. Thank you to Sir Cubworth for Bittersweet Waltz. Ambient sound by Komiku and tabletopaudio.com. Additional sound design by Slappy. Thank you to MIDIWORLD for the MIDI version of Phil Collins' I Don't Care Anymore because Gary betrayed our trust, I guess. I didn't read this far ahead. I am as upset about this as you are, listeners. And what the fuck is MIDIWORLD? Well, that's all for me. So let's get back to the show, I guess. Thank you for joining us here at the Quest Company. Fuck happened to Gary?
Wow, Pat, that was really sad. Do you want me to talk more about it?
That was so heartfelt. I'm sorry. I had
meant
some
every word
coffee
of
just
it.
to like sort of get myself out of this.
Oh,
rut,
nice.
And a multivitamin.
I might have some coffee too.
I'm feeling a lot
I
better.
go to my French press.
You do.
You got the little micro one, like
Just gonna keep adding things to the world until Jonah says, like, Andrew, you'd have to buy that. Come on.
oh come on.
I'm just like,
let's go to fucking Nook
steam it.
Bath and Beyond.
And I got a little bit of foam in burn muscle.
So I have Bruce on the line.
Oh, already? Let's do it. Let's do it.
What do you
Let's get on
think?
it.
Should we go to his patio, or should we try to have a conversation here?
I'm a little worried about leaving Isabel.
Oh, it'll be fine.
No.
You got your
I
front
just mean
door.
like based on today.
Oh, you mean like murder-wise?
I don't know that
Would be brazen.
That I know, but like, wasn't today? Also, do you think it was? Do you think it was Nook? Or
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, Nook completely murdered him.
Okay. I was very confused.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Earlier.
I
You're
just
just a really good actor, Pat.
I apologize for misleading you.
No, you did.
I was intending to mislead Isabel, but not mislead, but pro-lead.
Yeah.
But people must be carefully led.
Yep.
What do you think? Should we go to that patio we talked about in season 1?
Really, let's ask Bruce what feels more comfortable to him. Maybe he just Zoom calls with us. I mean, I'd rather do it in person, but
I think so.
Bruce is kind of zoomed out. He says he'll gladly meet you at the beach. He doesn't want to meet at his house.
Oh. Well, let's lock the doors and...
okay. Do I have locks?
Sure.
Nice. I lock my door.
Yeah, I think animals can, like, when they go to bed for the night, you can't, like, go in after a certain point because they've gone to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's because of the social structure. It's like I shouldn't go in there.
Well, then it should hold firm for this one.
Oh, okay.
There's a lock.
I don't recall a turkey ever getting painted across the town.
Across the railroad tracks.
Right.
And maybe
It
some
drugged the
splatter
body.
into Main Street.
You know it drugged the body.
It certainly did. So you all make your way to the southern beach, a familiar spot of being with Bruce. Certainly not the east side. He did not want to deal with the east side stank. But
Makes
you all
a lot
make your
of
way
sense.
to the
Who would?
southern beach.
Hey, Bruce.
Oh, hi guys. And he's just like down at the water with his toes down in the sand as the waves are lapping up against his little
I
foot
go
paws.
join him.
You do. And he's just looking out at the water. So, you wanted to talk? Sorry, I didn't want to meet you at my house and didn't want to go to your house. I just didn't. I'm just being very conscious of propriety these days, I guess.
Propriety.
Well, you know, your friend is running against my partner for mayor, and I just wouldn't want anything to seem like it wasn't on the up and up.
Oh, I just consider you all friends. You know, do you not want to hang out, or I didn't realize there was a level of...
Well, no, Pat. This is what happened the other day. Bruce, sorry. Yesterday we ran into Becky, and Becky, who's like, for years has been my good thrifting buddy. Like, we go thrifting together, and I realized I hadn't really reached out to her, talked to her, because of this stupid election.
This stupid election.
I mean, when's the last time you saw Tortimer?
Well, I've seen him frequently enough, but I mean,
like, seeing him. You know what I mean?
Quality time.
Like, actual quality time.
it hasn't been much lately. But that doesn't matter. I appreciate you checking in if this is just checking in. I just didn't know if there was a particular reason that you wanted to see me either at my house or your house or anywhere. It just seemed like there was something that you needed to talk about. Bruce, this whole time, is still just like looking out at the water.
Well, I think what we really want to know is how are you? Are you holding up all right? Not just with the awful events of today, but it seems like there's something on your mind with regards to the election as a whole.
Yeah, I realized when I talked to Becky that I hadn't really checked in on a lot of people recently, and you were kind of on my list, and I feel like I passed you today, but I didn't really like get a chance to talk to you. It's kind of wrapped up in my own little world.
Oh, that happens to all of us.
I know,
you're okay.
but it made me think. Pat'll tell you. All day I've been like, man, I really want to check on Bruce. I want to see how he's doing.
What could be more important than the people that we live around, that within our community, our friends? But you're right. The election does seem to pull back and atomize, divide, certainly. But how are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. You know, I'm just been going through the motions. You know, I'm fine. You know, just making it. It's a weird time.
Bruce
and Tortimer's
Bruce.
doing his best. You know,
Fine is not good. What's going on, bud? Fine is a loaded word.
each of you roll 2 animal.
But I was doing it so fashionably. Yeah.
That is a 2, which I'm going to make a 3.
Okay,
And a 5.
cool.
That's a success and a failure.
3 out of 4.
Well, it's been hard, guys. It's been hard. I mean, I didn't really anticipate this whole emergency election before things started happening, and then on top of the fact that Tortimer has somehow decided that he is going to run for mayor again. I mean, I guess I would have understood if nobody else had been running, but then other people came in the race and he's still
Right.
there, and I
thought that was really weird too.
it just
He must be very driven about it. He must really want this.
sure.
Why else would he do it? If he didn't want to, he wants to serve the community. He served the community before my time, and
Yeah,
everybody loved him as mayor.
Yeah, he served the community for a long time, but I don't know. He just seems so tired. I mean, look, I love him, but he's old, and he's tired. He's barely able to keep. I mean, I don't even know if you heard about the campaign event he tried to hold the other day. He was fumbling all over himself like he didn't even know where he was.
I did hear about that.
Oh, I'm afraid I didn't.
I'm a bit of a town goss. You know, Bruce.
I know.
We talk.
Yeah. But I'm really worried about him, and I don't know. I've tried to have conversations with him about, you know, why does he keep doing it? Why doesn't he, you know, just let somebody who is qualified and would do a good job take over? But he's just he just shuts it down. He won't even tell me why it means so much to him to keep on doing it, but he's just doing it anyway, and I just don't know, and I'm just really worried about him, and I feel like I've been shut out.
This might not be the greatest time to ask. In fact, I actually feel quite churlish bringing it up now. Thank you for being so vulnerable with us.
Yeah, no, big
We were
thanks.
going to ask if you would consider serving on the town council in Franklin's place because you're our friend and we know that you have the stake of the town at heart.
So, what you're asking me, and at this point Bruce actually turns to both of you, is if I would be okay with you, who are running the campaign that is opposing my lover, to nominate me for the town council when he has not done so.
I mean, can I be real and honest with you? Because you've been so real and honest with me.
Sure.
I mean, I know you were there tonight on the call, and I said it a couple of times, but I feel like this whole situation hasn't really been handled well. And it's felt like business over humanity. Fuck. Humanity.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we don't do something, then it's whoever's making these choices or doing these things is just gonna put someone there. I instantly thought of you because of who you are. I thought about, you know, the amount I know you. I thought about, you know, I thought back to our, you know, their yoga on the beach, and that really being like what felt like a turning point this year, in the sense that like we got the town back together.
Yeah.
And we did an event. We did an event without someone having red tape or saying that we had to do the same event every year. We just did something fun as a group of people that was positive and was good for others. And I'll be honest with you, I thought a little bit of you because you are with Tortimer. And I haven't gotten to ask you really how that relationship is going, but like from everything I've seen, you guys looked so happy together before this election started.
Yeah, we were.
And I haven't really seen you much, so I can't comment on your relationship, nor should I. But the reason I thought you would be really good for town council is every group needs people that are level-headed, and I think you're an extremely level-headed person. I think if Tortimer became mayor, you wouldn't let that get in your way of trying to make the right choice for the town. And I think if Isabel became mayor, you wouldn't let that get in the way of you trying to make the best choice for the town.
Yeah.
No. No, I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
And so to me, you're the perfect person for the job. Because you might be the only one level-headed enough to do it. Now, I would nominate my Pat buddy here.
Total conflict of interest.
But it's a total conflict of interest.
Roll 2 fashion.
1 in animal fashion. Success in an animal fashion.
Bruce just looks at the two of you for a moment and says, I really appreciate everything that you're saying and, about me being someone with a level head, and I would do my best, and however things turn out. You realize that you nominating me for this town council position wouldn't look good. In fact, I think it could probably hurt Tortimer's campaign, with it looking like I'm crossing enemy lines or anything like that.
Why would you be crossing enemy lines?
If someone from the opposing campaign is reaching out to me as Tortimer's partner.
Yeah, but we don't have parties.
Yeah,
So
we're friends, but I see your point.
I see it. I'm just saying, as a citizen, why would someone on Isabel's staff want someone that's in a relationship with the other runner to be in a place of power over them?
Bipartisanship. Not that there's parties.
I want you there because you're the best person for the job.
Well, regardless, I think we have to realize that there is a very good chance that this could damage Tortimer's campaign.
So we'll find another person to nominate.
No, I'm in. And that's where we'll stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my boy. Yeah. Yeah, my boy. I had a realization, and I don't know if it was intentional on Jonah's part, and I'm not even going to look at him because I know even if it wasn't, he'll smile like it was. I don't know if Franklin was supposed to be a Donald Trump might die joke, or I was wondering if Franklin was Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
One of the
Because we're all trying to figure out which council member to replace during the election. And don't smile! You didn't! It wasn't!
Well, Franklin should have stepped down in the previous mayor's term so this wouldn't fucking happen. That's what happens when you're 89,000 years old.
Well, we just lost all the feminists. They're all gone.
Yeah, it's totally...
No one listens.
You know what's the most feminist thing? Making a human being into a fucking icon until they fucking die. So that their life is this weird sort of power trip that you have and not a thing that they themselves pilot. I will be cutting this.
Good, I'm glad. I don't disagree with you, Joe, at all. I just know the most people aren't thinking on this, what I like to think is a higher plane of existence that we have found.
Yeah.
Transcendent.
Which is just like, Phil Collins, I don't care anymore. I think
By
that's
Gary's Mini Paradise.
I think that's
whisk
the
me away,
level
Gary.
of transcendence that I've found, is I just don't care anymore. And it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna.
don't care anymore.
What you say? I never did believe you much anyway. I don't care anymore.
Delaney fucking hates Phil Collins. Absolutely
That's okay.
despises the man, the wet man, the
wet-
moist man himself.
Here's the
The
thing.
dripping man.
I'm not saying that we should like Phil Collins.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm saying that in his
Oh, he's transcended.
there's maybe 4 or 5 songs that I would pull out of the whole career that I was like, I would listen to this.
Yeah.
Everything
And
else, I'd be like,
they're all from the soundtrack of Tarzan.
they're not all from the soundtrack of Tarzan. The majority are from the soundtrack to Tarzan.
Hey.
But I don't care anymore. And In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
And then I'm good. I don't need Suit Studio. Who
Not on
the fuck cares?
Studio?
Sucks.
That shit sucks.
That shit sucks. Fuck you. Fuck you, Phil. You suck.
South Park has the best Phil Collins of anyone.
He's a very wet man on those albums.
A moist
covers.
fellow.
Hey, as another moist man.
Phil Collins,
Just from
up
Sweat.
close and wet.
He's very wet.
Oh, jaw. I'll go to any concert that has that tagline.
One more Delaney factoid. I've been
Please.
meaning to say it for probably months now, but
Okay. Likes corn?
every time that you say, Jonah, that you have a hard out at 3 to like teach like a class, she and I joke that you have a hard on at 3. Yeah, guys, we got to get this done beforehand. I got a hard on at 3.
I scheduled a boner for 3.
I did have his boner scheduled for 3. I told you that in confidence.